Good evening. Let's talk about Canada, our famously polite, maple syrup-loving neighbor. But this time, Canada's not just being polite. On September 1st, 2025, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government closed the Alaska Highway to all non-essential U.S. traffic. Yes, the main land route to Alaska, suddenly, firmly shut. No more RVs, no more supply trucks, no more tourists. The official reason? Environmental protection and a reassessment of the transit agreement. Translation: it's not you, it's me, while changing the locks. The announcement was calm, almost apologetic, but the message was clear. The border is now very defended. This wasn't a snap decision. Tensions had been simmering for months. The US had slapped tariffs on Canadian lumber and dairy. Canada, it turns out, is a bear. A polite bear, but a bear. The highway closure was clever retaliation, hitting the US where it hurts. Suddenly, the US is grounded by Canada. The land bridge to Alaska? Gone. It's an unprecedented family squabble between two countries that share the world's longest undefended border. The message from Ottawa: try getting to your attic without our staircase. Good luck. The world watched, waiting to see how the US would respond. For the first time in decades, Canada had the upper hand. The US was left scrambling, and the world was left stunned. The polite neighbor just slammed the door. The question: what happens when the world's calmest country says enough? The answer: the US is about to find out. And the world held its breath. And respond he did. President Trump erupted. Live, online, everywhere. His first Truth Social post: crooked Justin Trudeau illegally closed our beautiful highway. A total disgrace. This will not stand. The next morning, he held a wild press conference, threatening tariffs, calling Trudeau Justin from Canada, and even suggesting the military could solve this in 2 hours. He accused Canada of trying to steal Alaska and threatened a 1,000% maple syrup tariff. He mused about building a wall on the northern border. Diplomats and allies were baffled. Was this real policy or just performance art? Trump's tantrum played right into Canada's hands, making the US look unhinged while Canada stayed calm. The world saw a complex issue turned into a personal feud. Trump wasn't just burning bridges, he was torching the whole border. The US looked loud and lost. Canada quietly in control. You might think it's just a road. Can't they fly? The Alaska Highway isn't just a scenic route, it's Alaska's lifeline. It moves food, supplies, machinery, everything. Shipping by sea or air is slow and expensive. The highway is the artery. For thousands, including military families, it's the only way home. Closing it is like cutting off Alaska's main aorta. The agreement that kept it open was a symbol of US-Canada trust. Suspending it is seismic, a breakdown in one of the world's most stable partnerships. This isn't just about tariffs anymore. It's a direct challenge to the North American alliance. Suddenly, the world's friendliest border is a flashpoint. The stakes? The future of US-Canada relations. And the world is watching. After the closure and Trump's tantrum, silence fell. A tense, awkward standoff across 5,500 miles. Canada stood firm, issuing polite but unyielding statements. The US had no plan B. Yelling hadn't worked. Behind the scenes, diplomats scrambled to repair the damage. Meanwhile, Alaska felt the pain: empty shelves, rising prices, stranded families. Canadian border towns lost business overnight. Both sides suffered, but neither blinked. Allies urged calm. Rivals watched with glee. The world's most stable alliance was now a global spectacle. With talks stalled, Trump took to Twitter, diplomacy by tweetstorm. He posted angry maps, memes, and all-caps rants. Canada responded with serene photos of national parks. Trump's outrage made him look unhinged. Canada looked zen. The online war spilled into real life. Supporters organized border convoys, met by polite Canadian police. The media feasted on the circus. Then, Trump proposed buying the highway corridor, naming it the American Freedom Corridor. Canada, unsurprisingly, declined. The world watched a superpower try to negotiate by meme. US foreign policy had become a late-night punchline. This wasn't just a North American mess. Global supply chains shuttered, goods stuck, markets jittery. Allies in Europe were alarmed. NATO's credibility took a hit. If the US could threaten Canada, what did that mean for everyone else? Russia and China reveled in the chaos, using it as propaganda. American influence looked shaky. Adversaries mocked the spectacle. Commodity prices spiked. Investors grew wary. A closed road had become a global economic threat. The world economy is interconnected, and the US and Canada just threw a wrench in the gears. The damage wasn't just about a highway, it was about trust. The world wondered, could the system hold? September 10th, 2025. The highway's still closed. The world waits. There are three paths forward. First, de-escalation. The US swallows its pride, negotiates, and repairs trust. Second, escalation. More threats, more tariffs, a trade war that hurts both sides. Third, chaos. Trump tries something wild, risking a constitutional and international crisis. The outcome will shape global politics. Will diplomacy win, or will bluster rule? The Alaska Highway is blocked, but the real roadblock is trust. The world's watching to see if reason or rage will drive the future. One closed road has become a test for the world order. The driver's asleep at the wheel, foot on the gas. The stakes have never been higher. Good night.